If you like watching me frustrate myself and get really flustered and do projects wrong, you are at the right channel. This is your channel, my friends. You will love this channel because I do that all the time. Okay, welcome back. All right, here we are, day 5. I've gotten a lot of video done this week while I was on vacation, so you'll see some episodes as well, this will be the last one of the series, so you'll have seen some episodes that I filmed all in the same week. Trying to get as much done on my truck while it's pleasant out here in the shop. So that's the plan. All right, today, let's do D-pillar. D-pillar! D-pillar, D-pillar action. All right, this is the D-pillar. If you count from the front, A, B, C, D, D. There it is. All right, so what have you seen? So we did patch this a long time ago. We did patch because this was fully rotted out. You can see it from this side. Rot, burnt, gone. So we did that. What we need today is a flappy paddle thingy here for our, how do you describe this? Is this the car burper? So when you close the doors, the compression of the air going in doesn't press the windows out. So this is the little burper paddle. So there should be a little rubber thing right over top of this. Now, as you can well imagine, after 32 years, that rubber paddle is trash. So I do have some material here that I picked up. I don't remember where. It was part of my project to build something else that I haven't done yet. Anyway, it is, what is this called? Techno floor. Yeah, that's all-purpose matting. So, fun part is that it's very thin and made of rubber. So, we're gonna probably cut a little piece out of that, see if we can get it mounted, and see if it'll resolve our burpee pattern. So, that's one item. The other is the D-pillar covers, which you didn't see in a video yesterday, or yesterday I did by myself. Oh wow, already got a nick on it? Crap. When did this happen? Oh man. Alright, so that's going to get more paint today. Alright, I'll paint this one first, and then mark that one. And then here's the connector piece, which you're going to get to see the magic of how to get that installed in this video. And then I found this wallering around in the back of my shop, and so I'm gonna go ahead and install this. This is the tail cover light protector. I'll get that in. We're using Rust-Oleum Ultra Matte. I hope I have another can of. I'm pretty sure I do. So we're gonna do that. All right, first I'm gonna paint that, then we'll come back to, what the frick? Gosh, this never stops, does it? It just never stops. Do I want to do that? I really don't. It's probably surface rust. Is it on this side too? Yep. Dang it. Well, there's another video for you. This was from kicking the door shut. Kicking the door shut. I'm sure that's what that was. Oh, man. More rust. More rust on my skins, man. Alright. Crap. I know what that is. Alright, that's fine. Whatever. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a D-pillar today. We'll get it all installed, and you'll get to enjoy that while I'm depressed about the rest of my rust forming again. Just be... What happened to the camera angle? Just be thankful that it's only surface rust, so I only have to do surface stuff. So frustrating. Okay, let's let's get started. Okay, you saw in a previous video the lighting is terrible when I look outside where it's light and I'm standing in the shadow. That I lamented that I could not find the hardware to do a lot of installs. I did find this tray that had some bits in it. I also found another tray and another cup. So I grabbed the cup and parted out the pieces I remember I needed. So we need these connectors. These are not connectors, excuse me. We need these covers. They cover the holes in the panel. We got those. All right, we're short some of those because, well, they look like this because they're all banged up. So good news, I've purchased some rubber connector, what not these, I keep calling these connectors like an idiot, covers. These are rubber, like if you were putting a hole in your firewall or whatever and you could slice it. Well, I have some with holes in them too, so that's awesome. But anyway, all right, I grabbed some of those. I do have 5 of these connectors that are still not completely perished, so I will probably put these back as I install. Anyway, so the hardware for this is 3 metal screws that go in the panel on the outside here, and then the inside is this teeny tiny 8mm nut, a lock washer, and a flat washer each. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So when I welded this back up, this one didn't have a hole. So yesterday I popped a hole in it, and then I bored it out to whatever size here, using this. I bored it out, and then I went and found I didn't want to put a big giant hole in that again. So I found another one of my little hole cover things that fits that one. So we're all set. We got enough of those. All right, but anyway, we found enough pieces to do both sides. The last piece is a piece of rubber, and so this is closed cell neoprene, and so it goes in this slot here. What was in there before was open cell, and obviously we're lucky we didn't lose both panels to rust, but we did definitely lost that one over there. It did require me to put some cuts in it so that I could get to the hole to put in that piece. That one's not in a great spot, but it will be when I get done. All right, now it is. All right, we're all lined up. Okay, so this goes in first, and then we do, I probably ought to fix that. Yeah, we're gonna cut a little bit more out of this corner on this one so that it fits better. Because up, it is a blocker. That one I can see through, and that one doesn't have anything behind it. But that one is off a little bit. So let's get the cutter going. I've got a knife!
That's not a knife.
Alright, down. Oh, let me go check. Okay, yeah, I need to cut on this side. So let me take out another 1/2 inch. Ooh, I just lost my wood chip from my Boy Scouts because I just cut toward myself like an idiot. Anyway, the Scoutmaster didn't see me, so I'm all safe this time. All right, got it. All right, why are you cleaning that up? Because you're weird, that's why. All right, a good sharp box knife will take care of the needs of you very much. So, all right, let's check the other one, make sure it is going to fit well. Let's get that angled up and come back over here. All right, so we've got that going on. So we'll need to adjust for our flappy paddle. We'll need to get some of that removed and probably cut that down so that that flappy paddle could move quite, oh man, your angle is terrible, sorry. All right, so we're gonna cut this piece down so the flappy paddle will be in there, and then we'll cut this piece back a little bit right here, just so we can say we did. And we've got clear, clear, and clear. That one could be better. Let's Let's cut a little angle out of that one right there. Yay me. All right, let's get it back into place and get our flappy paddle adjustments made. All right, let's get her in there. All right, is that gonna be where it goes? Yes, yes, and yes. Sorry, doing this one hand is difficult. It's so hard. All right, right here. All right, I'm gonna put you down while I make these cuts because I can't do it one-handed. Okay, we got our mat laid out and I think I'm gonna need to warm it up because it does have this lovely curl to it. It needs to be not curled, so I'll probably roll a section backwards on this, see if I can get it to flatten out, and then we'll warm it up to give it a new lease on life of being in a different orientation. So yeah, okay, so that worked kind of good. Anyway, I'll weigh it out, but we're gonna warm the piece out. We'll cut it out, we'll warm it up, and then I'll put a flat weight on top of it and just let it cool while it's flat and hot-ish. All right, so we gotta measure first, so let's go measure. Measure twice, cut once. We're gonna measure once and cut once. All right, so we wanna be on each side. Current flappy paddle needs are 5 inches by, let's go above it somehow, 5 by 4. We're gonna call it 5 by 4. 5 by 4. So we'll go 4 this way and 5 that way. That's what we're gonna do. Where's my lightsaber? Got it. All right, let's get the weight we wanted. Ba-ding, I'm back. All right, so I grabbed a 5-pound weight, which is 2.25 kilograms. We'll use it to weigh down our product after we warm it up. Nice flat spot right here to cut on. 5 by 4. Let's get our 4 first. There's our mark for 4. And let's go out 5. Let's do a square. Squares are in here. Let's do a square for a straight cut. Assuming the rubber is straight, we'll go out 5 inches. Two, three, 4, 5. 5. And we'll come down. I do not want that to unroll and bang my foot or something. 5, 4, 4, 5. This is a 4 cut. All right, now we got our piece cut out. Woot! Here's our rubber bit. It's gonna be our burpee paddle. Let's go check our fitment because we measured once. All right, so I don't know how that doesn't look square. Nice! Okay, that's gonna work, I think. All right, let's get this all set up. Okay, so that'll be up underneath there. We don't need this there right now. We're gonna put this under here and then frame force directly in. It won't pour right into that hole and into the inside and ruin my subwoofer or whatever is gonna be in there. All right, that's how that has to mount. I wonder if we could use our existing pressure clips. I wonder if we could use those 2 clips right there. That would be too easy. No, there's not enough bite. There's not gonna be enough bite. So we're gonna need a couple of screws. So we're gonna need a couple of holes in them. Only 2 holes. 2 holes in the back. And then we'll need a screw to hold it into this piece right here. Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. All right, I can't do that with you in my hand, so I'll have to get I'll have to get... All right, I gotta do some drilling and then we'll come back and do that. So I'll set you down while I do that. Or I can just make you watch from there, you know, because you can. You might not be all that bored. I mean, you're watching this probably on a Sunday. All right. We'll use this titanium drill bit right here. Oh, pop, pop, pop. All righty. Ooh, nice. You are very good at that. Yes, yes you are. That worked pretty good. All right, so I drilled where the peg was. I drilled the hole into it so it would be flat there. And you can see how it's kind of just woggled up there. See that? Well, we want to take that out, so we want it to be flat-ish. And then we're gonna have to cut some more of our fabric away so that'll burp. That'll probably burp okay. That'll probably burp okay. It only has to just moderately be there. All right, let's get it warmed up and let's get it flat. One. If I had heat vision, I could tell how hot that was, but I'm not a superhero. So I don't know how hot it is. Not hot enough, I can tell you that. Going low and slow so it doesn't catch on fire. That's really the idea. You can already see it getting flatter. Relaxing as it may. My friend Mike said, if you're touching a metal object or touching an object and it's about 140 degrees, that's about where your reflectivity of your body is like, oh, don't touch that. So 140 degrees is right about that touch. I don't know if that's scientifically true or not, but he's a really smart guy and I trust most of everything he ever said. Okay, that's very flexible now. Let's give it some curl. The opposite direction. Now we're going to warm it up even a little bit more. And we're going to set our weight on it. We'll wait to set flat. Come on. There's our flat spot. That's what we're going to do. All right. Good job. These weights were made in Korea. Those were from Janie's dad's weightlifting set. And he was probably a younger man. He's passed now, and we do definitely miss him. He was one of the funniest guys you could... Man, he was a funny guy. He was a jokester. He's kidding around all the time. Yeah, we dearly miss his sense of humor. Very funny guy. All right, that's gonna sit for a few minutes. While that does that, let's check on our paint. Let's put our tool back first. Let's check on our paint. I don't know how this ding happened. It's covered with paint now, but I don't know how I got that scratch in it. And it's substantial. And I don't remember seeing that yesterday. Anyway, alright, there's some more freaking earwigs. Earwigs. I've complained about the earwigs before. Alright, we need to put some paint on the inside of that. This is aluminum, I think. Maybe it's steel. I don't know. It didn't rust, so I'm guessing it's aluminum. Alright, I'm going to put a little blast of paint in the back here. So it's in there too. Let's do that. Let's go right, let's go right. La 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 la. La 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 la. Can's almost empty. Almost empty. Almost empty. I know that's metal because it had rust on it. Oh. Pretty confident I could put 20 more coats of paint on this and it would still probably suck. So we're just getting it covered. That's the plan. I foolishly left this one sitting on a stadium cushion last night and oh, now I'm splattering. And it decided to leave a mark. You can see where the stadium cushion sat. So it pulled up some of the paint on it because paint and styrofoamy closed cell foam doesn't work very well together or something. I don't know. Chemically, that was a terrible idea. So, yay me. Ugh. Again, these are steel, so I am going to make sure they're covered with paint. They've been primered. I primered them already, so let me see, rust already forming on them. Alright, done. Done with painting, I think. At least for now. We can always tape it off and paint it again when we do the other columns, which we may do. I don't know. We'll just have to sort that out. Yes, I got paint on me already. Damn it. Okay, I think I found the screws I'm going to use, so we'll put that together, but I've got these two little screws that came out of that box there that I have no clue where that goes, but they're stainless steel, so they're going to be drilled. I'm going to drill in and put those, get up there, drill in, put those in, and that won't go anywhere. So again, I can't do this while you're watching. I ain't got 3 hands, unfortunately. Okay, that worked nicely. All right, that worked great. So our flappy paddle is in place, our flappy burpee paddle. And I'm not terribly excited about that piece. Maybe one more. Yeah, okay, let's put one more in, just because I don't want that to be like hanging out like that. Yes, overkill. Let's do it. Great idea.
Nothing exceeds like excess.
3. Okay. 3. Flappy burpee paddle. Okay. So when we put in our foam, it used to be up here because you can see it's stuck here somehow. But I'm probably going to cut it off across here so that it doesn't interfere with anything. Just make sure my burpee paddle can do it. I haven't quite decided yet. We definitely did this. See, that would impede our burpee paddle. So maybe we go above the top and we don't do this piece here. That's probably what we are gonna do. Let's do that. Okay. I think I got it. Done. Okay. We can get to all of our holes. This is across the top. It's not going to impede anything. And we can get a burp out of it. Only just needs to need enough air to push that out. I'm quite happy with that. I am. All right. Good job. All right. This next part is going to be not terribly fun. So let me get a shot set up. It's not gonna be fun at all because I sat in the truck yesterday trying to fiddle farting with it, and you can see that we have to insert 2 washers. We have to insert 2 washers and a nut into that hole. It's quite a lot like playing Operation, you know, that childhood game.
Steady hand, because if you touch the side,
Here goes his funny bone.
That's exactly what this is going to be like. So I can only imagine how not fun that's going to be. So I got my trusty hemostats again, and we will attempt to put those in the back of the truck. Okay, I've decided against using the original inserts, primarily because of that. They have become quite old and quite brittle. I have one I literally just barely pressed and it fell apart. So while they are moderately still pliable, I'm not going to reuse them. So they're going in the bucket, and we'll replace them with our little rubber inserts that will last a whopping 2 years maybe. All right, I don't know how long they'll last. I'll never see them again probably. All right, this is how this goes together. All right, so this little slot goes into this bend as such. Still a little tacky on the paint. Okay, right there. And then these go through those holes in here. And then this nut and washers come in from the back side here. So you can probably imagine this is very fiddly. So here we go. All right, I can't do this and you watch, so just hang out for a second while I cuss. All right, let's get over there. All right. Perfect. All right, I gotta climb in the truck. All right, here we go. All right, first item is a washer. All right, so we get a washer and we put the little clamp on it like this. Now, if I drop this, it goes down in the behind this, it goes down in the thing, and I have to pull everything apart and start over. So we don't want to do that. So that's the wrong size. That's not going to work. All right, so that one I think I determined I can't put a washer in because I didn't drill it out wide enough. So we're only going to put the lock washer in. And I can't see where I'm putting it, so I got to change positions so I can see. There it is. All right, and slide. All right, and then we got to put the 8mm nut on there, and we have to spin it at least a turn so it doesn't fall off. So that's going to be super good too. So, all right, there it is. Quarter turn. Half turn didn't take. If I had a better tool, I'd use it, but I don't. Nope, didn't take. Maybe it did. Hang on. Let's turn it a couple more times. I think it took. Oh, yes. You see how hard that can be? Not fun. All right, let's get this one. And our foam's in the way, of course. We didn't readjust the foam. So let's do the top one up here. Give you one more of these and then I'll do them off camera, because they're hard. All right, and I've got foam to deal with on this one. You'd think that was an advantage, but it is not. I really feel like a surgeon on this. Uh-oh, uh-oh. And there it goes. Drat. One down. We've got one spare here. I really don't want to take that apart. But if that foam is in the way, I will have to, unfortunately, take it apart. Two. Damn it. And I undo all my work by starting over. Oh, I have a screw on. Yeah. I have the nut on this one, so I have to take it all the way apart. All right, we got it readjusted. Starting over. Here we go. All right, lock washer for the first one only. On, nut, on, couple more turns here. Okay, it's on, let's give it a spin. I know it's in the right place. All right, washer. And the next one, oh, you didn't see that, sorry. All right, washer, on, pressed back, lock washer, in, pressed back, and nut. Got it. Give it a spin so it doesn't go anywhere. Nice. And the last one. Hopefully that's in the shot. Washer. On, pressed back. Lock washer. On, pressed back, nut. It's in the wrong place on my glasses, so I can't focus. I got a car spider. A little bitty spider came around the corner up here, up top. Alright, let's get that a spin so we know it's in place. No, it's an ant. Not a car spider. Alright, I'm gonna snug these up. I'm not going to nail them down yet. Because we'll put the screws in the back. Dismount. All right, so now the screws go in here on this. So we have the screwdriver bit ready to go. Get in there, don't drop. They're in. Woot. All right, now we can nail down the backside bolts and nuts. Start with the bottom one. And that's it. Look at the magnificence.
You gotta know, I'm not just some guy. Brennan, that is the voice of an angel.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know. And then we have a plastic bit, which I wish I could find somebody to print 3D wise, but they have yet to tell me someone's doing that. So I kind of took mine and I cleaned them up. Here they be. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't fasten these before I put it on there. So I'll have to take all of that off again. Yes, I know that's frustrating. Yes, it is, because I didn't put these in there. That's what you get when you don't think through your project before you do it. The other side will be right, but they've got press clips on them. So they go into this like that, but without the press clips on the back side, they don't do anything. They won't stay there. So I get to take all that apart and do it again. You can imagine how frustrated I am right now. Very frustrated. That's a great shot because the light's behind me. Damn it. All right, do I even have press clips for those? I don't. So we're gonna go to the hardware store anyway. I need a billion little press clippy things, so we're gonna go get them. And then we'll put the rest of this back together. That's all you're gonna get out of it, because I'm not gonna let you see me frustrate again on that. But that's it. The panel is done. Man, that's good looking. I don't know. Anyway, these were brittle. I cleaned them up really good, and then they've got lots of paint on them. So if the sun does get to them and they further deteriorate, I'll need to find somebody who can 3D print those or something similar. Yep, that's basically the D-pillar. D-pillar in a nutshell, they say. Like and subscribe. If you like watching me frustrate myself and get really flustered and do projects wrong, you are at the right channel. This is your channel, my friends. You will love this channel because I do that all the time. That's it. Have a good week.